Hello, Rise and Thrivers. It is Monday, November 11th. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am Regina Rossi-Lamothe, and I am very honored to be with my co host and dear friend, Dr. Raquel Stuart. And before we start our show this evening, we just want to take a moment and say to everyone who serves our country, that protects us, and for our freedoms, thank you. Thank you for all that you do for us, especially, we're in a whole new time right now. We just went through an election, so we're just like really grateful for that. So we just want to honor you all. Thank you for everybody who has served and is still serving for these freedoms. We do not take them for granted. With that being said, we are here, second Monday in November. We've got this fabulous, amazing guest tonight, and here we are about to start. So before we go anywhere, just in case you're new to the show, welcome to Rise and Thrive Together. We are a vibrant community committed to educate and empower and equip you to get the results that you want with real talk, real actions, so you can have the results. And with that, I welcome. Hey, sis, good to see you. I feel like, again, I know it's just last week, but I feel like a little bit time has, it's been a quick week, but I feel like I haven't seen you in a while.
Hi, Rise and Thrivers. How are you? If you are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. But I'll tell you why. That's the reason why we need to be on our assignment, right? It's because time is moving along, whether we want it to or not, whether we're in action or not, and whether we're on our assignment or not. So time is moving along. I'd rather be on my assignment, taking action, and, and living life than sitting and watching it go by. However, it is not about us. It is about our guest tonight, our special guest, Dr. Samantha DeLoache. She's also known as the modeling pharmacist. We've got to definitely ask about that one. I find that so interesting. So, she's also known as the modeling pharmacist. She is a pharmacist, entrepreneur, and professional speaker with over 16 years of experience in healthcare and business leadership. She serves as the pharmacist manager in Gastonia, North Carolina, and runs the Model Speakers Academy, where she helps professionals gain confidence and clarity in public speaking. Dr. DeLoache is also the founder of Model Missions, Inc., a nonprofit dedicated to empowering young people through public speaking, college readiness, and personal development. She's passionate about inspiring others to own their unique voices. She blends her diverse experiences with her love for motivational speaking and community impact. Ladies and gentlemen, we are super excited to have Dr. Sam DeLoache, the modeling pharmacist, join us here tonight on Rise and Thrive. Sam, we'd like to welcome you. How are you? Hello, hello.
Hey, hey,
Hi,
hey.
hi. Thank you so much for having me, ladies. It's so good to see you.
We are so excited to
Yeah,
have you
we
here.
we met Sam during our sorry sis, during our medical mission that we went on in August in the Bahamas. Such an incredible person. It's absolutely a
Oh,
pleasure to meet her and super excited to bring her on, especially this month as we talk about being on your assignment. So, Dr. Sam, I mean, first question I have is this modeling pharmacist. What
yes.
is that?
Well, the modeling pharmacist is the blending of two different worlds together that make me who I am. I've always been creative, but also in the sciences. So the modeling aspect is what you see, modeling. I do that from time to time. And then it also has the motivational speaker side as well. And then the pharmacist is my brand, my job, my career, what I went to school for. I was always good in science. I grew up with pharmacists in my church, and so I knew I wanted to be in healthcare, but I'm not a blood and guts kind of person, so I knew I didn't want to be a medical doctor. So I said, yes, I'll do pharmacy. And so it's blending of two different worlds together, showing that you don't have to stick to one or pick one. You can kind of embrace all of who you are And if there isn't a lane, maybe it's your job to create that lane. So that's what I did with the modeling pharmacist.
Wow.
Mm, I
Love
love
that. If you don't have a lane, create a lane. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all kind of get that? That's crazy. I'm sorry, sis. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you chime in. I know you want
it.
to.
No, no, it's just no. It really is beautiful because it just goes perfectly with our theme for the month about know your assignment. We spoke last week, Sam, about how some people have it like, what's your why, what's your purpose, and like that's the thing. And I'm just curious, for you, when I say like, does that kind of, you made it very clear about how you blended two parts of who you are, and I know you're more than just that,
Mhm.
right? Because we're going to get into the whole modeling speaker academy if you just like joined on. um, Raquel spoke about that a little bit, but we'll get into that more. But like how the assignment kind of, do you have a, here's my question. Do you have like an overall arching kind of theme around your assignment? Because we know that it can kind of shift and pivot and swerve around as life happens, right? But is there something, something that truly like draws, then you're like, no matter what, this is unwavering. This I know is like maybe a foundation of my assignment.
Well, I'm gonna go back to the model, that part, because regardless of what I do, I think that's like the overarching theme, because in actuality, we should be modeling after Christ. So he is the head of everything. And then I believe that we all are modeling something in our lives. So we all are models. It's not necessarily just how you look, but it's what you do, how you live. So we all should be trying to reflect our best selves and model our best selves. And if we don't like what we're modeling to the world, then it's up to us to change it. And so my original model was mission of daily excellent living, meaning every day we have a choice to make on how we're going to live our lives. And, we should always be striving for excellence, meaning not perfection, but I want to be better than I was yesterday. So I have
Mm,
that overarching theme of just, what am I modeling to the world? How can I be the best model for myself, for my family, for Christ, all of that. So that's why I'm trying to, stick to that brand, but let everything come out of that, because I think we all are models, whether we know it or not. So
mm,
I love that. Model
me
of
too.
daily excellent living. That's really, it's really powerful. And I also, part of me wants to say it's also a little challenging. Like, how do we do this daily? Daily, you're asking for excellent living. How is that possible?
well, like I said, it's not perfection. I think when people hear excellence, they think that you have to be perfect. No, that means, am I doing my best? And only you can judge that. So when you
Mm,
do something in a spirit of excellence, it means that I'm putting my best foot forward. I'm doing the best I can. I'm not looking to the left or right. I'm not comparing myself, but I'm being the standard for myself. So yeah, it's
wow.
just, it's a process. That's why you do it every day. Because if I get 1% better each day in a year, then by the end of the year, I'm 365% better. So you're just doing a little bit each day to strive to be better. And, you're your own judge of, what's excellent or not. Only you can decide
Mhm.
that for your life. So,
Mm, I
Wow.
love, love, love. I had to write it. When I hear things, it's like, when I've spent so many time on like Zoom conferences in 2020 that I was like, that has to be written out there for all you people who are watching currently and for replays, because that really hit home. Last week, I was sharing with Raquel, like, I know myself as a certain way, but I was so loved how you kind of said one of my overarching foundations is that I am a model for this excellent daily living of myself. And that's foundational in, of course, your commitment and love for Christ, right?
mhm,
And right from there.
Mhm.
So, question for everybody out there, right? Question for everything, like, what is, right, your kind of overarching assignment? And if you're not sure, here's an example. Who do you want to, what do you want to model? Like, model for yourself, for your family, for your friends, for your community. And that, like she said, is what we always say. We collapse that with perfection, and it is not perfection. It is just continuing. Like I like to say, rise and thrive. Right? Keep on up leveling, up leveling, up leveling, up leveling. And I love what you said. 1%, you get to say by the end of that year, that's 365% you have, up leveled that. So that was super inspiring. Thank you for that.
You're
That
welcome.
math is definitely mathing. And
Yeah.
so let me pull out something that she said that's so key, right? In addition to the model of daily excellent living, she said we're not looking for perfection. Like
Mhm.
I know so many people who go after perfection with all they have. And do I want Dr. Sam to say this, or I'll say it? I won't never put my guests in harm's way. You'll always be chasing perfection.
Oh yeah.
you you will never get there, and here's why. Because if you are perfect, then you will feel like there's nothing else I need to learn, and your growing then stops. And
Right.
that's not our
Yep.
purpose for being here. You are not on your assignment. We are ever learning, ever growing every single day. So, this model of excellent living, daily living, is so key because that's exactly what
Mm.
it is. So, let's stop chasing perfection and let's
Mhm.
just be on our assignment. Sam is clearly on her assignment. She took the two worlds that she loves, modeling and being a pharmacist, because blood and guts was not for her. And I totally co sign on that. That
Me
is
too.
not my lane, and I have to stay in my lane. But she took those two worlds that most would think just don't really mesh. And she
Mhm.
found a way. You know why Sam found a way? Dr. Sam found a way because that's Dr. Sam's assignment that she's on right now. And we have to find out what our assignment is so that we know we're still living and walking in our purpose.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, I definitely, like I said, I'm still so hung up on this whole like the modeling piece of that because we know her, like we all said, guests, we've met her, and she shared. I mean, listen, if you don't agree with me, that's okay, but I think she's stunning, right? Beautiful inside and from the outside, so obvious for a model. But I love how you played on that, Sam. Like I loved it when you're like modeling. There's that of what, because I'm big on words and big on definitions, right? So there's that of inside beauty, and then there's that inside beauty that you're modeling every single day. And then like this whole thing about love about math and science and all of that stuff that got you into pharmacy. Um, so yeah, I'm just curious as we're like continuing on, anything you want to share about the pharmacy world, because I will say that I learned a lot from you um in Exuma, Bahamas. And I'd love if there's something like that's just, in your heart right now, doesn't have, on the assignment, of whatever, but that you might want to share with the audience. Because I know, like everybody's always has some conversation about well-being, right? If it's mental or emotional, and especially the pharmacy part of that. Um, so is there anything you want to share with the audience?
Well, I'll talk about, pharmacy in general. I've enjoyed the career. I think that it's important that we all know our pharmacists, so if you're getting prescription medications, just make sure that, you have a relationship, with the pharmacist. So if you have any questions about your meds, that you feel comfortable talking to them about it. And then it's just as far as in general, you want to make sure that if you change your address or phone number, make sure that they have that information. I'm trying to tell you the tips that I would like in the pharmacy, and also just to have patience when you come into the pharmacy, because
Mm.
you're not the only person that, the pharmacist medication they're filling. So try to have patience. If they're a little bit longer wait times, try not to, get too fussy as you wait. And then also if there's insurance issues, try to, again, have patience with that, because the pharmacy doesn't control what your insurance charges, but we are going to try to get you the best price possible. And then also, I think that we should take ownership of our health, meaning we need to drink more
Mm.
water, eat more fruits and vegetables, cut back on fast food, try to exercise, be mobile. Because a lot of medications that we're on, if we took more control of our health, we may not have to take them. So
Mm.
try to, get the vegetables or not the vegetables, the medications of healthy fruit and vegetables. Try to have that in your diet and more water
Um,
and just more movement. And that I
I
think will help people overall and get more sleep as well, because I know I'm a little guilty of that. I don't get as much sleep as I need, but body needs that rest to rebuild and recharge at night. So I'm trying to get more sleep, and that'll hopefully reduce the stress, because I know, in this day and age, we all have a lot of stressors. So I think what we eat and what we drink, and then, giving our body enough rest can kind of help with the stress as well. So those are a few tips.
Perfect.
wow.
Thank you for
I,
answering
I
that.
love those tips, but when you said sleep, I was like, daggone it. She had to bring that up. Because I was about to say, Sam, what's a good sleeping pill? Joking, 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 y'all, because
I
she's
know
a
some though. I
pharmacist.
do.
um, I just don't. And to connect all of this to my assignment, I need rest. I need physical rest because I'm always going here. My work is mental, and I need the mental rest and the physical rest, and I don't always get the physical rest. Does that make sense? Which means I'm not getting that mental rest either.
Right.
But I'm very aware that my assignment calls for a lot of mental work. I
Mhm.
do coaching, I teach like a gazillion classes, and I always feel like I have to be on.
Mhm.
And sometimes when my body is not with it, it's like, oh, I can gear myself up no matter how I'm feeling. I always feel like when I'm starting to teach and class is about to begin, I can be as exhausted as ever. But I feel like that curtain goes up and I'm on stage, and now it is time to perform and do what I have been gifted to do, to stay on my assignment. But one of my assignments needs to be get some sleep. So I need to throw that in. I don't know about y'all, but I got to get some. I've got to go to bed a lot earlier than I've been doing it. There are days I've had 1 in the morning, I'm still up working, and then I get up at 5, and then I go do whatever exercise I need to do, but it's not enough. So you made a great point, and I feel convicted that I need to go to sleep. So I'm going to go to sleep now, y'all. No, just joking.
No, it's perfect. It goes exactly what Sam was saying, which is, when she's talking about modeling her daily excellence, right? We can take something,
Mhm.
and we'll give a sneak preview to you, Sam, and to everybody else, because you're all part of our community, which is December will be really exciting about. We always create it. We've been having some fun about challenges. So we did one this summer, we did one early fall, and we're going to go into early winter with that. And the challenges are for that, right? That pushing ourselves.
Mhm.
And for me, I am community, so I like to be held accountable inside of community. I rise and thrive more in community, because left to my own devices, like Raquel is giving a perfect example of, by being raw and real, that's what we do here. Is, hey, I teach, I do this, I'm that, and I'm a coach, and there's an area that I haven't yet elevated to a point that's going to support her. She's very committed to her health. She's been on an amazing health journey. She
Mhm.
empowered me, same thing. But we're all sitting here guilty going like this. So it'll be an opportunity. We will take that on now, and for others, if they have that, to join in that challenge, because it'll be fun in December as a community to, be real. Let's do it together and see what the outcome will be just in 12 days, right?
Right.
In 12 days. And I know, I'm guilty of it. Raquel knows I wasn't on for a week just because of a lot of personal stuff. And the body was like, yo, and the curtain was not going to go up. The curtain was, I could have. There's a difference. I get, and how many people out there really get it? Like, we can have I'm tired, but we're going to put that curtain up. But there was just like, really, I am someone who believes in putting ourselves first, right?
Mhm.
And so I love that, sis. I love that you were raw and real about that. And thank you for that tip about sleep. I'm clear a lot of people are going to be like, how, what? I hear it with the population I work all the time, because I work with seniors. So that's that constant conversation of going to the doctors, what they're picking up. Oh, I use melatonin. That doesn't work for me. Oh, I've got Ambien. Oh my God, I wake up in the middle of the night and literally are sleepwalk. Like, there's just that conversation, and it doesn't matter how old or young you are. I'm
Right.
clear. Most of our viewers will know that. Awesome. Awesome. What
Right.
else?
So what I want to know is I know one we all know one assignment, which is the pharmacist in you. That is
Mhm.
your two things I want to know. One, we've got your assignment as a pharmacist and as a model speaker. But what I want to know is before we get into the Model Speakers Academy, is what's your purpose?
Mm.
I believe my purpose is to show that it doesn't matter where you start, kind of in life,
Mm,
because I didn't necessarily have the best beginnings, if you will. But if you believe in yourself and take your power back, you can
mm,
kind of create the life you want. So that's basically, I guess, kind of how I envision it. And I'll say it here. I plan on writing a memoir one day. I haven't, gotten to that point yet, but I've already got the title, and it's called "The Unraveling of Samantha DeLoache," because I
wow.
had to unravel myself from the ideas and my thoughts, and just kind of, growing up and my
Hmm.
experiences. And I'm finally, I think, unraveling all of that to reveal who I am. So I feel like I'm kind of stepping into who I am, embracing myself, embracing my journey, everything I've gone through. So I believe my purpose is to show that really it doesn't matter how you start. Once you realize that everything you need is already in you and you have the power to kind of create and design the life you want. And so I think the modeling pharmacist is kind of like I guess a birthing of that, or a physical representation of that. But I think it's even more than that in me that hasn't even, come out yet. I think that's just like a part of it. But that the bigger thing is, we don't all have the equal playing field. We don't all have the same resources, the same background. We all have our struggles, no matter how it looks. But ultimately we gotta kind of unravel all of that other stuff to get to the heart of it, of who you are, and just kind of own your journey, own who you are. So I don't know if
Yeah.
that's a full accurate representation of what I think my purpose is, but that's what I feel. Just kind
Well,
of
teacher, you can grade her. Like you're so cute. Like, by the way,
No,
like,
well,
there's no
here's
grade. That's
what
perfect.
here's what I got. Your purpose is to model um revelation,
Yes. Mm. Woo.
to just
Hold on.
unravel, reveal,
hmm
but you model how to reveal and show in spite of your situation, circumstances, how you were brought up, your background, any of that.
hmm
And that tells me you are definitely in your lane because that's your purpose is to model. And that's why you have a passion for everything based on model. Your Model Speakers Academy, your modeling pharmacist, and that's your lane. So the fact that your book will be entitled The Unraveling of Samantha DeLoache, I'm not surprised by that. I love the name. I'm not surprised. And this is the first time I've really gotten we've really gotten into Samantha, and that's exactly what I get from you, Dr. Sam, is that your purpose is to model revelation, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent.
hmm
People want to just model what's good and
hmm
show that side. That's not all, that's not everybody, and that's not realistic.
right.
So let me just say that. And as we're on the topic of this Model Speakers Academy, what
What
is
is
that?
it?
Do I need to put on heels, stilettos, like, and speak in
No.
stilettos? What are we doing? What's up with the Model Speakers Academy?
If you want to put on heels, you can, but no, the Model Speakers Academy, the model stands for, because I love a good acronym: motivate, organize, deliver, engage, and lead. So as
Girl,
a
one more
speaker,
time.
Let's do
Model,
it.
motivate.
organize.
Yeah, it's
Deli-
motivate, organize, deliver,
Deliver,
engage,
engage.
lead.
Ooh,
Get
I gotta
that,
write that
people.
down.
Write it down. Write it down.
Yes.
Motivate,
Motivate,
Yeah.
organize, deliver, engage, and
engage,
lead.
lead.
That's
Yes.
in
Wow.
my brain.
Yeah. So
Wow.
basically, the Model Speakers Academy really helps individuals who are not confident in public speaking, who don't really know what their story is, their message, and just kind of how to navigate that. So that's like one of the top fears is public speaking. And so a lot of people, they fear public speaking greater than they fear death. So that tells me that they would rather be in the casket than to give the eulogy. So that's
Wow.
just the
That is
experience.
powerful.
Yeah, and so basically to kind of take that stigma, take that anxiety and that fear from public speaking and allowing everyone to know that we all have a story. We all have a story to tell. We
Mm,
all have life experiences that have shaped us to who we are today and, to help empower them to share their unique story. And
Mm,
so whether you want to be a professional speaker or not, it doesn't matter. Overall, it's about communication, healthy communication. And I think that's what the big disconnect is with the whole world in general, is that we don't know how to communicate.
mm,
We want to talk or we want to have our voices heard, but we don't want to truly listen. And a part of communication is active listening. So I just can't be listening to respond, but I need to listen to hear what you're saying and to try to empathize your position. So I feel like the Academy in general just wants to help individuals not only with their fear of public speaking, but just how to be a better communicator, because great communication skills can help you with your job, getting that raise, getting that, spot in the community to be able to help advocate, your passions, whatever you have going on. And also even with your family. So even if it's just
mm,
how to talk better to my spouse, how to talk better to my children, or just one-on-one with family. The holidays are coming up. How many people are not going to go to family gatherings because we don't know how to talk to each other? Are we in each other's business? Or we don't know how to communicate effectively? So just overall, we all could stand to, learn how to be a better communicator, how to communicate, talk with each other. And it's an 8-week program that helps you go through that model framework. But, a lot of it is just getting to your why, getting to your story, and just how to be a better communicator.
mm.
mm. Wow. So I've got to ask, what led you to create this Model Speakers Academy? Is it because you struggled with public speaking, communication, all of that stuff?
I did actually. When I was in elementary school, I used to stutter. And
Mm,
so I spoke very fast, used to stutter. So my mom put me in speech pathology. And so I had someone work with me for about 4 years. And so I got my confidence in, how to speak. And because I've always been a talker, but I just, didn't like how I talked. I used to get, picked on. And so she, worked with me, gave me tips, and then I began to enjoy speaking. And I spoke in
mm,
my church, used to help read the announcements, used to read scriptures. And then I just, enjoy talking. So I felt like, you know what, let me help someone, get that confidence or, realize that they can speak and hear their voices heard. So
Mm.
wow. So it's an 8-week program. And how is it run? Is it in person, virtual,
it's
both?
virtual. It's
Okay.
virtual. Yes. Mhm.
So,
Self-paced?
Well, it's actually live how I like to do it. I have open enrollment. And so ideally, once that door closes, I want to work with those students for those 8 weeks, where I join in twice a week and we meet and we cover each letter in the framework. So like the first week we would deal with the motivation portion, then the second week would be the organizing and, just kind of go through each week. And then I have some guest individuals that come in. I have someone who will come in and talk about how to brand as a speaker or how to
Mm,
have your own signature brand. It's nothing wrong with being inspired by anybody, but you don't want to be imitating anyone. You want to have your own lane of what you want to present and speak. And then also have someone come in to help you learn how to monetize. Many people get paid as a speaker. So just kind of how to do that aspect of it too. So it's virtual but live, twice a week sessions. And so yeah, that's the vision of the Speakers Academy.
wow.
amazing. I love it. So twice a week, people, not even once a week, but twice a week. So that's 16 beautiful sessions. And
Mhm.
I, if I'm still stuck with that, I love the acronym model, but I'm like, I like to elevate it. I'm like model with two L's, because what the thing stood out for me, which is something that I've been talking to with other people,
Mhm.
um, is the listening. So the effective communication, we talk about that often on the show, and Raquel and I have done workshops on that as well with people. But the listening, there's a big
Mm,
difference. Like you said, we like to talk,
Mhm.
Like, there's many of us that like to talk, but are you really listening? And
Mhm.
that's where the communication then can get quite cloudy,
Mhm.
so I love that. So, inside of those 8 weeks, I'm, gonna say that you're talking about the effective listening part of that as well.
Absolutely.
I love it.
So
Love it.
when does the next Model Speakers Academy begin?
Well, we're still opening or still have the doors open to receive guests. So ideally, I would like to, I guess, have my next group 1st of January if possible. So I'm going to just try to keep the doors open as far as enrollment to get individuals in. And the next course should start in January 2025.
What a
Nice.
perfect time, right? Beginning
Right.
of the year, you want to learn how to get your communication right. You want to learn how to monetize speak. Get rid of that fear of public speaking, or take that fear with you and get that speaking done.
That's
Either
right.
way, works for you, but it is definitely something that I've found is lacking in today's society with this technology and AI and all this stuff, is how to communicate effectively and efficiently. And
Yeah.
that is severely lacking. So,
Mhm.
not putting anybody on blast. However, if you feel that is an area that you are deficient in and you would like assistance, you would like to get better at communicating, maybe public speaking is not your thing, but you just want to
Mhm.
be a better communicator with,
Right.
like Dr. Sam said, your family, your friends, your church board, anything. Why not start the year off right? Instead of saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the gym 5 days a week." Let's stop that first of all, because you know how y'all do. Y'all go good, and then come February, gym empty, but y'all take up space in January. Be committed to yourself. I don't care what you do, but be committed. Don't
Mhm.
half step and halfway do it. But why not learn? Start the year off by learning how to communicate. Communication is super important. You can't always communicate in emojis. Do you find that a lot, that folks communicate in
Every
emojis?
all the time. Even
I'm
now
like,
on
what is
post,
that?
I
It's
got a
crazy.
post. It was like, people ask me, like, when I post, right, when you're having content and you get the star and I'm like, I don't even know how to get that. I'm just like, I just want my content. Thank you. Not the
Mhm.
check heart thing. But yes, I got one the other day that I was just like, unless you're my daughter who's 8, like, I mean, because she's having fun with a challenge. We did that in our challenge. That was from that because it was a fun game, but she knows how to effectively text and communicate. So it was a challenge. But yes, I've been getting that a lot lately.
I had one student, let me share this with y'all. I had one student, we were talking and I made a joke. And normally when people make a joke, what do?
You
If
laugh.
you find it funny. You y'all not ready for this. The student said, LOL.
Laugh out loud.
Ready?
Now those of y'all that know me, y'all know I told her, I'm done talking to you. When you can actually have a conversation, we can continue, but I'm out. Go to class. And I walked away. How do you not even laugh anymore? You just say out loud, LOL. So now we speak in
Um,
emojis. I'm confused. Y'all stop the foolishness. Go on and take Dr. Sam's Speakers Model Academy course because you need it if you talking in emojis. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
and
just
that was for
saying.
high school or in college. I mean,
That was
what?
college.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. Exactly. I'm like, LOL. Not liking this. But I know behind the scenes, Dr. Sam, you were telling us about a retreat. What's up
Yeah.
with the retreat? When is it? Because this is like, and I'm sure it's modeling, not modeling in the heels, but it's part of it's Dr. Sam's purpose. What is this retreat? When is it? What's it called? All that good stuff.
Well, it is the International Speakers Retreat in Bali, Indonesia, and it's going to be October 3rd through the 13th, 2025.
Woo!
So, yes, so I always like to travel. I'm a big traveler. And so I thought about it. I plan on going to Bali anyway next year. So I said, why not make it a speakers retreat? So the first 3 days are going to be geared toward the speakers. The first day is going to be like a networking dinner where everybody gets to meet each other. Then that second day is going to be full of workshops, hands-on activities, different techniques and group things to kind of get you, kind of outside of the box with speaking and
Mm-hmm.
just giving tips and things of that nature. Then on that third day, all the speakers will have an opportunity to do their speeches. So you will pretty much come with a speech prepared that you want to actually recite and,
Mm-hmm.
say to us as the audience, and it'll be recorded so that you'll be able to take that footage back to share on your social media. And then you can also call yourself an international speaker because you would have taken the stage in Bali, Indonesia. And then they'll get pictures, professional pictures from them while they're speaking, as well as professional headshots while they're there as well. So that's the first 3 days. And then the other 7 days is going to be just exploring Bali, all of the touristy swings, the elephant bath, the monkey sanctuary, like all the key things people do when they go to Bali will be already included, and the flower baths, all of that. So basically, that's the speakers retreat. But even if you don't want to do the speaker portion, then you can do the 7 days where you come in on that fourth day and just tour Bali. So it's pretty much like two packages for the ones who want to do the speaking portion and enjoy Bali, and then those who just want to enjoy Bali. So it's October 3rd through the 13th, 2025. We're currently taking deposits now, $500 non-refundable deposit to hold your spot. And you make payments as you see fit, as long as the trip is paid by August 2025. So I'm definitely excited about that.
Okay, this is what we took about. There's real talk. And the real action was Regina just took her calendar, opened up to October 3rd through October 13th, put in Bali retreat with Dr. Sam, and the dates set. Now she's going into August of like 2025 to say paid off, and then going into January of 2025 to have a $500 deposit down.
Woo!
Bali
I
has
love
been on my bucket list
Wow.
forever. My husband and I have talked about that. So great ways to be able to have what I want, what he wants, and all of that happen. We will talk like offline because Raquel and I, like, last year, right? We joined you in Exuma, Bahamas, and that's just still part of our heart. But what would that look like next year to have an opportunity to collaborate and partner, right, with your Speakers Academy and have that an international. So I'm just like, I thought Costa Rica, but when Bali came, it was like the assignment of like God speaking to me, going, yes.
Was it really God, or was that Regina saying
That's just me.
yes?
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys, Bali is absolutely amazing. I've
Yes.
been incredible time. Definitely go get some education, learn how to communicate, speak, prepare a speech, or can you do an impromptu
Yeah,
speech, or does
however
it
you
have to be
want to do it. Yeah, however you want to do it.
They're just there
October
to
3rd
support.
to the 13th, y'all? Start now. Why
It's
not? Why
coming.
not do this for you? What
Right.
else do you have to do? Like, go in October, hang out in Bali. Great place to hang out. Good food. Um, yeah, the monkeys. I will tell you this: do not have anything hanging or anything in your pockets because they will take it. That's what they do. Your purse, if the flap is open, they're gonna take your stuff because they are out. You're not looking at them behind plexiglass.
So
They
that
are out and
Aladdin
about.
movie, like that cartoon with Aladdin, like when the monkey really goes
Yes,
in, like that's the truth.
yes, yes. Dr. Sam, tell the folks how they can get in touch with you if they want to learn more about the Speakers Academy, if they want to go to Bali, join you in Bali and learn about communication. What's the best way for our audience to reach you?
Well, the best way to reach me is through my website, www.samanthadeloache.com. And that'll have all the ways to contact me. I'm on Instagram at Samantha DeLoache, as well as at Model Speakers Academy. And I'm on LinkedIn as well. I can't think of the handle at the moment. And I'm
Right
on
there.
Facebook.
We're
Yep.
showing it.
Yep, there it is, my LinkedIn handle, and then Facebook. Basically, if you look up Samantha DeLoache, you'll find me. Yep, there it is, right there, Facebook at SJ DeLoache. So those are different ways to get in contact with me and send me a message, and I will definitely return it.
This has been absolutely incredible.
Right?
I will say this: you are definitely walking in your purpose and you are living in your assignment, the assignment that God has you for now. Our assignments change,
Mhm.
our purpose, that's kind of static. That's our purpose, our God-given purpose. But we do
Mhm.
have different assignments that we're on this journey with our purpose. And you are definitely on yours. And we are truly, it's such a blessing to know you and to have you on this show. Definitely, Reg has already got it written in her calendar. I cannot multitask, so I needed to focus here. Then, but I loved Molly, a reason to go back. And let me say this, we always need to keep working on our craft. For
Mhm.
me, it is definitely speaking, and I always need to tweak and find other things that work, other methods of storytelling. And this is just an incredible way to do it. So, looking forward to it. Before I go, there was a question that somebody sent me on the text. Uh, Airfare, hotel, all of that's included in the fee for Bali, or is that something
Now,
separate?
now the airfare is separate, but the hotel and pretty much the majority of the meals, at least 2 meals a day, are covered, and all the excursions are covered. But you are
Ooh, okay.
responsible for your own flight.
Yeah, great.
Which makes sense, right? So
Yeah.
y'all handle your flight. Dr. Sam and her crew, her staff, her faculty. See, I'm in so much in education. That's so
You are.
sad. Dr. Sam and her staff will definitely look out for you and get everything else planned. It's a great
Mhm.
trip, great time, and it's for a purpose. And it's
Mhm.
not just hers. If you really want to improve your communication in 2025, contact Dr. Sam, get into that new class that she'll be starting. It's open, it'll start in January. What a great way to start the year. Learning how
Yes.
to communicate or enhancing your
Mhm.
communication skills. We all need some enhancement, a little bit of polishing.
Mhm.
Take the opportunity that's being presented. Really and truly get serious in 2025 about your purpose and being on your assignment. And communication is really big. I don't care what field you're in unless you're a mime.
Right.
Dr. Sam, any final comments, something you want us to know, any new offerings? Please share with our listeners.
Well, I just want everyone to continue to be their best selves. Definitely check out the Model Speakers Academy. If not for you, recommend somebody or refer somebody who would like to join. Of course, check out the Speakers Retreat if that's something that you may want to do. But just stay tuned to my social media or my website, because if I have any updates or anything coming up, it'll be there. So yeah, just stay tuned for that.
Absolutely love it. Thank you so much for taking time from drugging people. I mean, from, being
Drugging people.
being a pharmacist. She's not drugging people. Stop it.
I'm not.
She fills prescriptions.
Yes.
But thank you so much for taking time from your schedule to join us here on Rise and Thrive Together. We truly appreciate it, and we definitely will support your Model Speakers Academy.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
love the whole. I love model of daily excellent living.
Yes.
That is just
We're gonna get some
that's what
sleep. That's what we're
loving.
doing.
Oh, see how I totally did not get that? That kind of went like this, but I will definitely try. And to all of our listeners and viewers, thank you all so much for your support. We really and truly do appreciate it. Please be on the lookout for what we're going to do in December and our December challenge. And I hope y'all are geared up and got some appropriate gear for it, giving you a hint. Um, Thank you again, Dr. Samantha DeLoache. And
Thank you.
remember, together we can rise and thrive. Till next time.
Filled with peace, love, unity, and compassion. Time to bust this out and start this powerful reaction.